Watch my confidence disappear after these random girls make fun of me for taking pics. Okay, feeling my spice vibes. Was this necessary?
Thank you.
Criminally offensive side-eye starts recording me.
Damn.
I mean, we grew up in a time period where if somebody was taking a picture right in front of you, you do photobomb, and
Yeah.
you might throw the middle finger up, or you might do, you know, like give them bunny ears or something like that, and nobody came after your job.
So the day of the game, which was Wednesday, April 19th, okay? USC sometimes gives out tickets for us students, and came and sat in front of us and started to record us. So obviously an older man recording us at that point made us feel very uncomfortable, keeping in mind we had just been on the big screen. Something I do want to point out is people are saying, oh, if you so felt uncomfortable, then why didn't you move? We didn't move because we were actually sitting on our assigned seats, the ones that we paid for. Where were we gonna go? The thing is that in this situation, she was not, and her so-called husband, she was not sitting on her right spot. USC had this section bought, right? But only about a few lines with it, okay? Where she was sitting, USC students were not there. We did not buy those tickets. None of the students could buy those tickets. She went ahead and sat on the other section where she belonged to.
Their response, from what I saw, they were like, well, we don't know this woman at all who we photobombed. We don't know her at all, but it turns out she has a pretty large following, and when they went on their apology, like when they gave their little statement afterwards, I'm gonna agree with something that they said, where they said, like, you knew you had a large following and you knew you could weaponize that following. Because I agree, it wasn't, the response isn't even. Cardi B wrote in her message that she would have took that big ring and put it to work. So the two girls said, at first, you were in the comment section telling your viewers not to attack and not to do, what they're doing. Then they noticed that she started to delete those comments. So then now the photo bombers are now accusing the selfie girl of inciting it now. Like I'm because I agree with that HR statement where it's like, it's not how, when it comes to jokes, it's not what you meant, it's how the other person takes it. I agree with that. So the selfie girl, her feelings are valid. But I also feel like the photobomber girls are valid as well, because it's not proportionate.
It's not.
I mean, even if they were just being jerks in the background, having Cardi B going, I would have used that ring to physically do something about it, is not balanced.
Violence in any nature. I mean, even harassment, because right now those girls are facing harassment.
You posted it because you wanted to put them on blast.
Well, simply posting it is one thing. I can post anything I want, freedom of speech. It was a real thing. It was my phone.
It's your story. Yeah, exactly.
I can post it. But going in the comments and encouraging those harassment comments, or encouraging people to...
Well, they said originally she discouraged it, then she deleted herself.
It doesn't make a difference if she originally discouraged it. What are her actions?
I would have never thought that my brother taking pictures of me at a game for 3 minutes would turn into all of this. After posting my video, I've received several responses of people being able to relate to the same thing that happened to me that evening. And it's become clear that bullying doesn't just stop in childhood or teenage years, but it can follow you into adulthood. Even though my feelings were hurt that night, there was no need for more hurt. Lisa, Alondra, and their families do not deserve hurt. I do not condone the threats. I don't condone the bullying. I don't condone the harassment to them or anyone else. Yesterday, we met under mediated circumstances in a completely voluntary meeting in order to express and reflect upon this experience and our actions that evening and moving forward. They both gave me an in-person apology, and honestly, that's all I wanted.
I think that's a valid thing.
Yeah, exactly. And
ending people's lives or their safety or their family or God forbid their children.
Right.
No matter what they did, their family and their children didn't do it.
Yeah. So,
and so you shouldn't be making any threats towards anybody's family.
And my advice to celebrities, Cardi B, everybody else is jumping in on it. Cardi B especially, man, you just won a defamation lawsuit against a YouTuber who was saying lies against you on that person's YouTube channel. You just won a $1 million case against somebody else. Why would you then now want to insert yourself into something like this? And I hope nothing happens to any of them.
I wouldn't want anybody who's dumb enough to take her seriously
to
actually physically harm these young women. I mean, they did something stupid, but they don't deserve to actually get beat down for any reason.
Now it's different when a nobody like me goes, "Oh, I would have whooped their ass." Yeah, I'm a nobody. But if I had Cardi B's influence, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that out. That's just me. All right, well, I guess that's our 2 cents or whatever that's worth on it. So.
And I feel sorry for Selfie Girl, because I mean, if she was legitimately just trying to take cute pictures of herself and these people acting a fool, but again, punishment and a crime here.
It's gotta be balanced. It's gotta fit. Yeah, I feel bad. Oh well.